Well, while some of you are looking for love, crooks are looking to steal your money. Carlos Villalobos from the Better Business Bureau is here, and we are talking about some of these common dating scams.
Yes.
Hate to see it happen, but Carlos, we just had a story about a woman in the Dallas area hit with one of these.
Yeah, nowadays it's becoming so common, and usually what we're seeing nowadays is that victims are losing thousands of dollars, and it's still the same setup with the romance scam. We'll have someone that's posing as someone else. They use fake identification. They'll use real pictures of someone else and then form a relationship with that victim. And usually they'll talk with them, for months and months before they use some type of sob story, and then ask typically for thousands of dollars.
Yeah. What I thought was interesting about a story, the story out of Dallas that we recently ran is it was a soldier, and it is legitimately an American soldier, and they were stealing his photos. And honestly, there's not much you can do, as someone who uses social media and has a digital footprint to stop someone from stealing your photos.
The best option if you're looking to minimize that is to really be conscious of what you're sharing on social media. It's going to be a lot harder for a scammer if they try to steal your photo and they go to your profile and don't have access to many of your photos. A lot of times, what people will do is they'll just have their profile picture, not cover picture. None of that will show up. So that really limits a scammer on what they can do with that, because if they're going to be using photos, they're going to be using a lot of photos, not just one. So really on your end, what you can do is limit on those privacy settings, limit to strangers on what you're showing them.
And then for people who are looking for love, obviously it's more common to turn to dating apps and the internet. And some people really do live in different cities or different parts of the country, different parts of the world. So what are some red flags to watch out for?
Well, when that person becomes difficult to meet up, when you're talking with someone, you're forming a relationship, you want to meet them in real life. But when that other person is just being very flaky, saying, I have issues, and they won't even video chat, that's a big red flag. And then once they start asking for money, thousands of dollars for whatever emergency, that's going to be another red flag. BB actually did analyze the data of Texans who were victims of romance scams. And what we found was that on average, victims were losing $22,000. And it wasn't just, again, $22,000. Not
$2,200.
No, $22,000. That is correct. So, and
a car.
Pretty much. And that's not money that these scammers are asking all up front. It's going to be because they're grooming that victim for months and months. They're little by little taking away those thousands of dollars. Again, it could be to go see them, a plane ticket, could be some type of emergency. Maybe they're in trouble with law enforcement. Maybe they work overseas and they say they got robbed. Whatever the case may be, again, they're going to be asking for a big sum of money.
Wow. So just don't fall for that.
Exactly. If you have someone, a stranger, who typically that's still going to be a stranger, whatever, relationship you are with that person. But if you haven't met them, that's still a stranger. So when you have someone asking you for $1,000, don't do it. Trust your gut instinct. If it feels wrong, it's because it more than likely is. Yeah,
or get some good friends like Carlos in your life to tell you, no, don't do that.
Don't do it.
I bet you guys have tips on the website.
That is correct. You can always go to bbb.org.
Thank you so much, Carlos, for joining us. All right, guys, we'll be right back.